Growing up in Indiana, basketball wasn't just a game. It was also a measuring stick. The whole community formed an opinion about you depending on your won-loss percentage in the gym. The scoreboard never lied. Well, I took this mentality into my spiritual life as well. I began to think that God is keeping score on me, and that made things pretty tough. Well, I've come to believe that God isn't sitting in a press box with a stat sheet watching my life. Think about how we judge athletes. It's about performance. It's about numbers. A basketball player is judged by their field goal percentage or their free throw percentage, among other things. Football quarterback is judged by their completion percentage, and a baseball player is judged by the batting average. 300 makes you a hero. 200, you may not be in spring training next year. That's not unfair in athletics. You know what you're getting into when you step on the court. It's about performance. It's about numbers. But the problem comes when a lot of us take that mentality, which is so prevalent in our society today, and put it into our spiritual lives. And we start keeping a scorecard on ourselves. Did I pray enough this morning? Have I missed church too many times? Did I lose my temper too many times? And that's tough enough, but we also, when we adopt that mentality, we start keeping a scorecard on other people as well. Look at that person. Look at the mistakes they're making. Or that person shouldn't be involved in something at church because, well, they hardly ever come, or they never help out with the food pantry. On and on and on. We've taken the scoreboard from the gym and hung it on the wall of the church building. Well, it's interesting that Jesus said, no one is good but God alone. And what's amazing is that he included himself in that category. And if Jesus refuses to refer to himself as good, where does that leave me with all my struggles and all my mistakes? Maybe that's why Paul said that our relationship with God does not depend on our works. It depends on God's grace, which is simply another way of saying it depends on God's love. Our relationship with God isn't a matter of how long we love, how the quality of our love, but rather the amount and the depth and the quality of God's love for us. I guess having been through all this and struggled a little bit with keeping my own spiritual scorecard, I might recommend that the first step toward a healthy spiritual life, to quote Aaron Rodgers, is relax. Have peace in your heart, knowing that God isn't upstairs watching you and keeping score. You should have a peace in your heart that knows that regardless of the mistakes we make, God still accepts us, God still cares about us, and God still loves us. And if you've been keeping a spiritual scorecard on your faith life, put it down. Stop worrying about your score or about other people's score. Well, I'm Paul Casner, and this is The Divine in Everyday, where we try to find God in the ordinary moments of life. If you know someone who may be keeping a scorecard on themselves or on other people, please feel free to share this with them, especially if this has been helpful to you. And I'll see you next time.